everyone, and welcome to this week's activity. My name is Heather, and this week our theme was Fairy Tale Week. So of course, we're going to be making an activity that has to do with fairies. So what we're going to be doing today is actually creating a fairy house. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen these before, but a lot of people have them in their backyards, and there's a little house, and they're for fairies to come in and live in. So my plan is that we're going to take a couple of things that I just happen to have around the house. This could be different for you depending on what you have at home, and we're going to just have a fun time and just create a little fairy house. So the main structure for my fairy house is actually going to be an old plastic container. I'm actually going to use this as like kind of the structure of the house, and then I'm going to cover it in different materials, which I'll show you. The first thing that I'm going to be putting onto my fairy house is some twigs. I got these just from my backyard. These could be roofing or siding, or it could be a door, whatever your imagination tells you these twigs could be, that's what they can be. I also have a bunch of different little stones. So these could be pebbles, little rock. These really could be found anywhere. They could be in your backyard, in your garden, really anywhere you have little pebbly kind of stones. Any of those will work. I also happen to have a bunch of pine cones in my backyard, so I grabbed a couple of those, just different sizes. And I also wanted to mention the adhesive that we're going to be using in this activity. This could be different for you depending, again, on what the structure of your house is going to be like. For me, I did a test and I found that the best thing to use was actually going to be a glue stick. You could also use a hot glue gun, or of course the usual tape or Elmer's glue. It's really depending on what kind of a structure you choose to make using the different materials that you have. So last but not least, we have our Crayola markers. This could be used for a bunch of different things just to add a little pop of color. And that is really all you need for this activity. But again, like I said, this can really be done with anything that you have at home. It could be a container like mine, like one of these old plastic containers. It could be used out of an old pop bottle, or anything like that, really. It's really all up to your imagination to do whatever you want. So this one, because it's so different depending on what materials you're going to be using, I'm basically just going to go ahead and make mine, and then I'll show you the finished product after. I'll tell you how I'm going to be making it though. Basically what I'm going to do is, this is my container, right? So this is going to act as my roof, the bottom of the container. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit of the bottom of it, just so that it's a little bit shorter. I'm gonna make a small little cutout for the door, and then I'm gonna just take some of my glue stick and I'm just gonna glue a bunch of pebbles and some sticks onto this, again making a little roof. But that's really all I'm going to be doing. It's pretty simple. Of course, you could add a couple of other things. You could take some sticks and make, say, a chair, or maybe use a leaf and make a hammock. It's really up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will show you my finished product. All right, see you in a little bit. And this is my finished product. So as you can see, I cut out a little door for the fairies to go in. I covered the outside in rocks, and then I covered the roof in some sticks as well as a little rock. So now I'm going to take this outside. I'm going to get it all set up. I'm going to add a couple of little bigger sticks as well as those pine cones that I found, and I'll show you what that looks like after. Okay, and that is the end of our activity today. I hope everyone has a really great time making their own fairy houses. I know I did, and mine's gonna be out in my front yard for a long time to come. But that's it for now. Of course, I hope everyone tuned in for the first reading on Monday. We also do have our second reading coming on Wednesday. And I hope everyone enjoys this activity as well as the readings, and I will see you all next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.